Hi, this is Maggie from Crafts the Charm. Welcome to a 2-minute technique. Today's technique is salt dough. To make the salt dough, you're going to want flour, salt, and water. You might also want a little bit of oil or a little bit of cinnamon. To work the salt dough, you're going to want some parchment paper, maybe a rolling pin, and some cookie cutters or other tools for cutting out shapes, a tray to bake the salt dough on, and some means to bake the salt dough. To make the salt dough, mix together flour, salt, and water in the proportion 2 parts flour to 1 part salt and 1 part water. For example, 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, and 1 cup of water, like I have here. You might also want to add a tablespoon of oil. If you want to make cinnamon salt dough, which has a nice color and scent, then add 5 teaspoons of cinnamon to the mix. I like to mix up the dry ingredients before I add the oil, mix that together, and then add the water. Or mix the dry ingredients, including the cinnamon, and then add the water. Knead the dough until it's an easy consistency to work with. And then you can flatten it out, roll it, and cut out shapes with your cookie cutters or with your other tools. It's easiest to do this on some parchment paper. The easiest way to bake the salt dough is to simply transfer that parchment paper that you've been working on to a cookie sheet. This helps maintain the shapes of the pieces that you've cut out. You're going to bake them in the oven at 170 degrees Fahrenheit until the pieces are completely dry. Depending on the thickness of your pieces, this could take several hours. You don't want to bake at a higher temperature because that can cause your salt dough to puff up, and this is usually not the desired look. Remember, if you're going to make an ornament, to poke a little hole in the top of your salt dough figure before you bake it. You can use a straw to poke a hole. Once the dough is dry, you can use it however you like. Here I used it to decorate a clay pot as a Mother's Day project. And here I used it to make ornaments that look like little gingerbread cookies. I painted these with puff paint. Now you can make all kinds of things out of salt dough. Happy crafting!